and welcome to the Best Swimmer in Lake Erie and HO scale. This is a layout update for September 2023. I'm Ray Brown. Welcome back to the layout. Got a double-headed steam coal train here, headed south, coming up out of the helix. We'll run this train here in a little bit, but first I want to just kind of walk through what I've been up to on the layout. First thing, I picked up another 3D printer. These are on sale right now. Got this one for 250 bucks. Nice little DLP printer. That's the one I had. Same company. Real happy with that one. But this has a bigger print envelope. In fact, here is the build plate. So that should be big enough to let me do some of the projects I've been wanting to work on, like the Allegheny River Bridge, and some other nice things. So hoping to have good luck with this. Just couldn't pass up that deal. Okay, on to work that's been done on the layout. Hoping to do my first op session sometime in the spring, so I've been trying to fill out a few sidings here and there, so there's actually something to switch when we get to doing those op sessions. So up here in Grove City, I got the spur in from Montgomery Lumber. All these are all wired and powered and working. I think my last update I had this track in for the freight depot at Grove City, but I also got in the switchback siding for Cooper engine. That will be a flat along the wall, and all that is in and working as well. But been progressing. We're just working down the second deck. Got the spur in for Tassa Coal loader number 2 at Harrisville. Got my tracks in for Mercer Lime and Stone. You can see I got a little unloading pit in there. And again, I think I'm going to use the Walthers power plant kit maybe and kind of turn it into a flat for Mercer Lime and Stone along the wall there. And of course that brings us into Branchton. I think this is about where we left off. So you can kind of see the plan there. Spur going off the left off a little 4-track interchange yard for Branchton in the Hilliards branch. And you can kind of see I got these tracks going into the wall. That curved one going in the wall there, that would be the Y going to the Hilliards branch. So Hilliards branch isn't modeled, but there's enough track there that I could bring a 3 or 4 car train in off the Hilliards branch and return it to the Hilliards branch if I so desired, but mostly I think it's for show. And that brings us down the next wall. This will be the other end of Branchton, and this will be coming into control point GN, which I think is going to be really cool. Just getting these templates glued down, I think I'm going to build this in place. So in some of my research, I stumbled across Grant Mine number 1 was about halfway between Branchton and Queen Junction, and there is Branchton. You will come around the back corner and this will be Queen Junction. So I want to put Grant Mine number 1 back in the corner. That last switch going to the right will be the lead to it. If you go on Google Maps, you can go to terrain mode and then start looking between Branchton and Queen Junction. It's really easy to find in terrain mode. Pretty much impossible to find in satellite mode. So that's what's been going on with the layout. Just kind of chunking away, getting some track work done. And the goal is still to have the main line done by the end of the year here. So you can see I got my work cut out for me building GN. And then I got to make that curve come out around this peninsula back around this cove, and you can see my ore train parked right about there. So the end's not quite in sight yet, but getting there. And I can finally run a train from Conneaut to North Bessemer. I can't wait. I think it's going to be super fun. But that's probably enough of me going on. Let's go ahead and run a train. We haven't done that in a while. Lead unit is a Broadway Limited 280. Second unit is Proto 2000 210-2. Both have TCS WOW in them. So, pretty much everything wrong about this train here. It's a loaded coal train headed south, for one thing, and we're running on the left-hand track. So this train would have come through Greenville, through the low line here in Shenango, and cross the Erie at XN, and into the helix. We're coming out on the front track as we come into Cremis. Pardon the voice here, guys. I'm getting over a little bit of a head cold. 'Tis the season. And as we come through Cremis, we'll go through Fredonia. And got a spur I'm putting back in there for Fredonia. I think it was Fredonia Feed and Hardware. They loaded grain there. Buckwheat, I think, actually. And rolling across the Porter Cutoff. This is where the Bessemer came in and did a pretty serious realignment of the main line around Mercer and just made this massive fill to eliminate some grades and curves. US 62 cuts under the Porter Cutoff near Mercer in a tunnel. And onto my swing gate. Swing gate's been working good. Had very few problems with it. Just mostly I think I'm still detailing out the design, I guess is how I would describe it. Train's now rolling into what will be Pardo. And Pardo really wouldn't have been there the way I'm going to model it. I'm going to kind of backdate Pardo. There would have been a coal tipple standing on both sides of the track, some hopper load out in the back, but a very cool spot on the Bessemer, and I want to model it. I'm sure somebody will count and tell me. I think I got, I don't know, 30-ish cars on this train. Train runs pretty good. One of the things I've done is gone through and finished painting my wheels and trucks on this train. Like the way they've turned out. Rolling through Grove City. Kind of see I got streets laid out for the depot and some houses. A road will come around to the freight depot. And I'm really happy with the way this turned out, where Conneaut North Bessemer Yard has pretty unrestricted access with the much shallower second deck over it. Won't be a whole lot to the scenery on most of the second deck, other than for some spots like here, crossing Route 8 near Slippery Rock. And we are crossing over to run right hand at HX. I hand make all my switches, laser cut my own ties. It takes time, but I find it to be very satisfying. Got my little work train out. And for the most part, my work train was a collection of odds and ends. The caboose is actually a Merck's Toys caboose that I repainted and relettered, put KDs on it, specifically to be my work train caboose. Bunch of older cars from yard sales and whatever. The baggage cars, River Rossi, I think that's the Walther's gondola, and then the Tichy crane. Let's put it up there for something fun. Of course, you really see your train stretched out. And I'm going to model a little bit of a hill, not real high, just a little bit of a hill. And the tracks are kind of going around and following the contour of the ground a little bit. And I did that for a few reasons. One, will kind of help delineate the scene between Grove City and Branchton, but also it was going to kind of mark the imaginary middle point between North Bessemer and Conneaut. Got my little Alco S2 parked up here. Switching Branchton and Mercer Lime and Stone and Grant Mine will probably be a job for somebody to do during op sessions. Most of the yards I put behind the main line on the layout, but Branchton I've decided to put the main line behind the yard. So when there's cars parked here, it'll kind of obscure the view of the train going by for a little bit here. I think it'll be kind of fun. You'll probably see it kind of passing between the cars. Give you a real Rails fans view. And here we come to end of track. For now. Coming into GN. And I am wiring all these tracks and isolating everything for block detection and signaling as I go. Not super sure what I'm going to do there yet. At the period I'm modeling, the Bessemer was still dark. But I might signal the layout anyway for ease of operation. And signals are cool, and it's my railroad. But we'll see. It's not much extra work to wire it that way when you're wiring, so might as well just do it. Alright, everybody. Thanks for hanging out with me for a little bit and seeing my progress so far. Catch up everybody later.